Now, interesting. You know, you go around, you can drive around, you can see all the different new builds from developers and whatnot, and may see some plans and whatnot. But the interesting part is that there's only a certain amount of choices that you do have. And most of the time you can choose from the exterior of the home to some degree because they don't want to have the exact same house all beside each other. So they'll have an A version and a B version. And then, of course, the price points and granted, there'll be tons of profits there for them. But, another way of thinking about custom-built homes, and not necessarily getting a builder and custom building one, because by the time you buy your property, then you add your house, chick-ka-ching, you've got that dollar coming up. So that's what's happening. And as you know, I've been a realtor for 35 years. I'm with Sutton Group Quantum Realty. Today, I'm going to introduce a different concept that's out there. And interesting enough, Modular Homes Incorporated. They are actually the Ontario distributor of modular homes, and that could be for home or the cottage industry. And they're basically custom built in the factory, and then they're assembled on the customer's lot. So there you go. There you have it. Now you're going to watch every phase of it. But today, I'm not the expert. Richard Brackenbury of Modular Homes Incorporated is here and going to give us all this information about modular homes. So welcome so much. Thank you, Richard, for coming onto our show today.
Well, good morning, Linda. Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Well, it's interesting because I actually met Martin Pullman at he's one of your sales representatives, and I met him at the International Home and Garden Show because you had a fantastic display over there.
Why, thank you. Yes, that was a 2,000 square foot customized home. Actually, one of the new emerging markets is the granny flats. And under the Ontario Planning Act, municipalities, irrespective of zoning, are allowing for granny flats and garden houses to be constructed in the urban areas and the rural areas. And that was one of them.
Really? So when you're referring to a granny flat, what is that? Is that a self-contained other house on the land that you already have your house on? Is that what we're talking about? I'm not sure.
Really? That's exactly. It's an independent, self-contained, separate dwelling.
Really? And you're allowed to do that?
You are allowed to do that under the Planning Act. Now, municipalities are mandated to provide an affordable housing alternative for the aging population and ways to look after them that are more affordable and more accessible, and lending itself to being closer to your family. And this is a good thing.
Well, that part of it's fascinating because I actually saw a video, and it was actually in another province. I just can't remember where it was. And it had that same kind of concept. But in that case, the land was actually a little bit on the small side. But I can certainly see that as being a tremendous benefit.
Well, and that's probably where modular is one of the best fits for there because it is temporary. Temporary meaning it's for 20 years, but you're allowed to get, if circumstances still prevail, you're allowed to get 3-year interval extensions. But I see it as a way coming for the future as an alternative to more expensive alternatives.
Right. So I do have one quick question on it. Are there like foundations on these homes, and are we talking basements, or are we talking 6 feet down, or concrete, or what, or 4 feet just as a pad, or I guess starting from the bottom up?
Well, that's a good question, Linda. In fact, a lot of people say, what's modular and what's mobile? Well, the difference between modular and mobile is a modular may be set on a foundation or a crawl space. The mobile is traditionally put on blocks or a pier or a concrete pad. The modular is a factory-built home to the same regulations that you would do on a site-built home, only built in a controlled environment and then transported to site.
Oh, I see. Okay. So the mobile homes is a much more attractive way than doing the types that you see like in, trailer park facilities and so where they have
the modular. Yeah.
Right.
The modular home is, they're 2x6 exterior walls. And in fact, one of my customers called me up and said, Richard, you're not going to believe my heating bill for January. I says, well, it was pretty cold. And she says, $70.
Really? So what are they actually heating on then? So they don't have natural hookups to, do they have natural hookups to gas
they
and so
have
on
natural
available?
Hookups.
Okay.
Yeah, in the country, if there's gas or propane, and of course in the city, that they go onto your gas lines.
Really?
And in the park,
okay.
the same. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I guess they also lock into any type of water facilities, like whether it's
Yeah, it's just
rural
a
or
hookup. I
right.
mean, your expensive trades on this are your electrician, your HVAC, and your plumber. All of them are there in less than one day.
Honestly, my goodness.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so they're built at the factory. So if they're built at the factory, are they actually transported then to the house and lifted off the flatbed and put in place? Or are
Actually,
they
that is,
actually pieces of it get shipped and then you actually put it together?
you're right in both instances.
Okay, so
Now,
I
for
have to
example,
separate the two so we don't confuse the audience. So
yes,
let's
yes, for sure.
okay, so maybe what
No,
we should do is which one should we do first? Is the module or the mobile?
let's do the module because that's what
Okay.
we are. We're into modular.
Okay.
We are modular built. Simply put, modular is a methodology of assembly. That being that it's designed and built in a factory. I often say you wouldn't build your car on your driveway. Why would you build your house? There are many benefits of having your house constructed in a controlled environment. Efficiencies on volume purchases, efficiencies with respect to rain, nor snow, nor sleet, nor hail. Construction goes on. We can go up to 3 8-hour shifts, and the market gets busy. Process will take 6 to 8 weeks once you have your design done. You get a firm fixed price. It doesn't change. That's your price. That's your design, and it'll be delivered to you in 6 to 8 weeks. While that's going on, you're doing your site preparation. You're having your foundation done. You've got your permits in place. Then the day of arrival, your home, be it in one part or two parts, up to 6,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the size, will come in by transport, and we will crane them on to the foundation. In fact, a 2,000 square foot home, starting at 8 a.m. in the morning, pulling out at 5 p.m., will be up and weather ready and done. These come complete: drywall, trim, plumbing, appliances, ready to go.
Really? So now the company that puts these together, I understand that it's been around for 40 years?
Yes, the modular methodology was
Uh-huh.
started from the mobile industry and the trailer industry, where they were building the trailers inside, and they expanded to the mobile homes, which you'll see in your mobile parks. And then they adjusted and developed techniques for your modular. Your modular home has to be built sturdier in that it's going to be lifted by a crane and it's upwards to 40,000 pounds, 40, 50 feet in the air. And they're going down the highway at 90 kilometers. So
Right.
there's hurricane ties on them and straps on the bottom floor plates, the top floor plates. There's plywood and put on in the drywall that it's glued on and screwed on so you don't get the nail pops. It really is a superior construction given what it has to endure to get on its site.
Well, tell me, I mean, like the benefits to the module home are, I'm sure the audience are probably sitting back and thinking, oh my God, this is amazing. But what if they have a house already on their lot? So I guess, do you also arrange the demolition and removal of the old residence that's there?
Yes,
Or
we can
is,
work with them a la carte. If
okay.
they have their connections, if they want to participate in their own sweat equity, if they want us to refer some of our outsourced contractors, we can assist with them on every level. We can pass on the direct savings from our volume, from our relationships for people that are in the industry.
Well, I think that it's, from what I understand on, say, if you go regular new build and you're looking for building permits and you're going on existing foundations, I believe the process is actually much simpler than if you were actually going to start from scratch on open land, because you've already got certain amenities that are, and utilities, hookups that are already in place.
It's plug and play when you get there, and
I
you've
would
got
think
them
so.
already done on your site day of arrival. So yeah, it moves very quick from that point.
So your connection services, would generally be the usual: your water, your hydro, your sewer, gas, septics, I guess. What about like on the water? Not all of the rural properties actually have water, so they have well hookup. So it's easy enough to be able to utilize that, or maybe they have cisterns.
Well, both actually, and we do hook up to the existing wells.
Oh, okay, okay. So I know that there's
So you
a.
don't have to often. You can hook up on a granny flat. You can hook up to the existing well, not a problem. So. Yeah.
So how long has like I know you're the Ontario distributor. So how long have you been distributing here in Ontario?
13 years.
Really? Well, just for the audience, Richard, you're actually the operations and development manager. So you've got, so you've got kind of like your foot right in the door. I like that.
Yeah, I'm a liaison for builders. I mean, the average builder today is about 2.5 homes per year.
Mm-hmm.
And I can supply to a builder that can increase. Basically, the modular will do 80% of the job for you, be it you're a builder or a homeowner. And then you can have the other 20% outsourced, or you can do it yourself.
So, generally speaking, what would be the exterior finishing of these properties, and can you upgrade it?
You can upgrade. We have hardy board, we have vinyl, we have brick ledge, stone ledge. The stone and brick, of course, will be done on site. We have cedar siding. Pretty much any kind of siding that you see out there can be put on. In some cases, of course, it's going to be best to do on site. Stucco as well.
Right. Well, with 150 styles available, that gives people an awful lot of choices. And predominantly, are you more into bungalows than 2 stories?
You know, the bungalows for the vacation market, the granny suite, garden, infills, that's a very popular style today with the aging population. 2 stories are popular as well. That's more of an urban.
Mm-hmm.
And then some vacation models have 2 stories.
And, you know, I mean, thinking about this, Richard, what would be the absolute largest home that you've actually had to transport in? I'm really curious because size-wise, just to give us an idea on square footage.
Well, if you take a look, remember this is modular methodology construction for transport to site. And there's certain restrictions and requirements that this must be done. If you think of it as a Lego, for example, we go no wider than 14.6. And that's to go down the highway. You have to have a special wide load permit. You need a pilot front and back. And sometimes you need police escorts depending where you're going. So now in answering to your question, we generally do a 14.6 upwards to 66 to 70 feet in length. And then, depending on the structure, how many of those boxes that we put together. So it can be a 1 box up to 6 box, and we build up to 6,500 square feet.
Okay, so basically, like you said, it'd be like Lego kind of situation. So you have each piece that would fit in, and at the end of the day, you get your full square footage. And is that including your garage area? Because I know you have models that have double car and single car garages.
Yeah, we do both, and sometimes we build the garage on site.
Oh, okay. And right. Now, I guess it's all lotted out, or the foundation has to be all planned out. So you would actually, your company would arrange the contractual services of people that could come in and dig out the foundations and remove the earth and so on.
Again, we're a la carte. We have excavation companies that are local and regional, and the homeowner can contract them directly themselves. They can even contract one of our builders to do it all for them. We can liaison and help them with the coordination and the logistics and the steps throughout.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. This is very fascinating. We want to talk more about the financing side, but if somebody, all of a sudden, they're listening to the show and they're thinking, wow, this is a great idea, they could actually call 1-855-773-3734 and arrange to buy a iModule home, just like that.
Absolutely.
Isn't that interesting?
Absolutely.
Today we're listening to Richard Brackenberry, and he is Operations and Development Manager for iModule Homes, Inc. Interesting stuff. Please hang tight. We'll be right back to get some more information.
Linda Pinizzato. She's not your typical realtor. She's your real estate counselor, teacher, and advisor. Whether it's a house, townhome, or condo, when you're ready, she's your negotiator. With 34 years of experience, Linda guarantees that you have the real estate knowledge you need to make the right decisions. Call Linda Pinizzato at Sutton Group Quantum Realty, 416-561-7373, or visit her at lindapinizzato.com.
Hello there, it's Linda Pinizzato of the Condo Expert. And, you know, I have to thank you for tuning in to Connect Me Radio. Every week we have the shows, Wednesday and Friday nights at 7 p.m. And you can also listen to podcasts, Linda Pinizzato /Buzzsprout.com. And also iTunes. Just type in Linda Pinizzato or Condo Expert. One thing I want to mention is, although the name is Condo Expert, I try to touch a lot of different subjects because, one thing revolves to the next. I mean, you can talk about condos, you can talk about single-family homes, you can talk about the market, the economy. You can talk about, last week it was about bugs and pest control. We've talked about mortgage financing, lawyers, the Condo Act review, what's going on with our city hall, municipalities, provincial government. Today, the episode's been about modular homes. We touched on mobile homes. There isn't a subject that I can't touch on. And if you are interested in listening to something that has tweaked your mind and you just can't find the real information, please email linda@lindapinizzato.com, because this is where you're going to get the information. And it's fun, it's exciting, and at any given time, just type in condoexpert.com and it will give you the total rundown of all the shows that have been out there. There's over 200 shows. Now's the time to learn more. As a realtor for the last 35 years, I've been so fortunate to learn so many different things about everything that we have talked about, and I'm here to help you. So thank you so much for tuning in. You're listening to Linda Pinizzato at the Condo Expert. Hope to hear from you soon, and have a wonderful, fabulous